So, guys, good morning, everyone. Good morning, YouTube. Uh, I'm gonna start the meeting presenting myself, and as usual, of course. And then I'm gonna choose another one to do the same, right? So, guys, it's a huge pleasure to be here with you Saturday morning, 9 a.m. And my name is Bruno. I'm 33 years old. I'm married. I am I'm married and I have two kids, a boy and a girl. And what else? I work at a freight forwarder company I will complete 10 years in June 3. And for me, it's amazing to have all this time in the same company. And what else? I am host here on Talking Talk. I've been uh, out for a while because of my son birth, but I'm back and I'm really happy for this. And what else? I think that's all. And my favorite soccer team is Palmeiras. I like to talk, to make new friends, and I like to learn. I like to study English and other languages as well. I'm struggling with the French, but uh, I I I I'm willing to learn this language because I think that it's beautiful, and somehow it can open doors and create new opportunities. And also, I love to be part of this. Yeah, and somehow I have the desire to help other people to learn new languages. Yeah, mainly in Brazil that just few people speaking English, French, and other languages. And that's it, my friends. And what about you, Sarah? Who are you, girl? Tell us everything.
Deep question. So I'm Sarah. I'm a nice person. What else? I have a degree that is in business administration, but I've been working as a freelancer English teacher. I like to be here. I'm studying about IPA, that is the phonetic alphabet. I would like to challenge myself about that. I'm studying French as well. I need to I got back to my exercise, so I'm happy for that because I need to have a better lifestyle, more healthier. It's need to be like that. I live with my sister and my pets. I think that's it for now. Really nice, Bruno, to have you back. I missed you.
My pleasure. My pleasure to be here with you guys. It's from the bottom of my heart. It's really good to be here and be with people that wants to learn something, to do something different. And Sarah, let me ask you something about French. How 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 many time how long have you been learning French, and how long time you need to get the intermediate level? Because I know that you speak really well French, but you are a humble person, and sometimes you hide it. But I want to know from you how long time you demand to get a certain level, to be able to speak.
Yeah, honestly, I started studying in 2021 during the pandemic. I think all of us, or a lot of us, had time to do that.
Yeah.
So I studied. To start speaking, I started to speak with other people last year when I came here, because before that I used to repeat things like it was I was practicing my pronunciation, but not the conversation, that is totally different because you have the opinions, exchange information with others. So I could speak, I could practice with the podcast, things like that, some activities. But with other people, I started last year here on TNT because it was the chance that I've got, to practice. I really don't like some platforms because everything can happen and some people are weird, especially with women, you know. So I like to find a place where people are really focused on learning and to practice the language and not flirt, for example. So,
Yeah, yeah. You brought up something really good, that is, have a good environment, a respectful environment to be in, because sometimes you go to some platform, and there you don't have that security, you feel like you are always in a threatening, so it's bad for who are trying to learn something, you need to feel comfortable, you need to be uh, feel respectful, in certain ways. So that's the thing. It's really good to hear that. Thanks for sharing, Sarah. You rock, girl, as always. And and you, Mr. Jefferson, can you present yourself, please?
Cuckoo trivia, Sarah. Cuckoo. Sorry for the song. I am Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás. I love to play soccer. I love to play cards. I love to drink beers, especially from now on. From now on, I need to rest. I'm very tired today, but I have a class after this at 10 a.m. Terrible, but what can you do? And what else? I support Vila Nova. It's the best team of Goiás. I hope so. He's in second. Yeah, I think this is the second on B series. B Syria. And what else? I have two daughters living in Canada. Now my old daughter is a Canadian citizen. From yesterday, she received the passport from Canada. So I'm very happy to saw this. And the other is living there. I have 3 dogs. I love my dogs, talk with them. And 2 birds that I used to sing with her, calopsitas. I love to sing with her. And it's a pleasure to be here to talk about change. Let's change. Let's rock. Yeah.
Really nice,
rock.
Mr. Jefferson. And I'm really happy to hear the news, about your daughter that got the Canadian passport, citizenship, right? I think that's the word. Yeah. And it's really good when when we hear something like that, people growing up, achieving their goals. It's really nice to hear that. Thanks for sharing, my friend. And last but not least, Flavia. Flavia, can you tell us who are you, please?
Yeah, of course. I'm Flavia. I am God's daughter, and it's the many things about me. And I am a public servant at City Hall. Uh, ah, first of all, I am a public. I am from Londrina, and nowadays I'm living in Palmas, Tocantins. I am married. I have 2 children, 2 sons and 1 daughter. My oldest son lives in Curitiba, and my second son lives in José dos Campos, and my daughter lives here with me and my husband. I am a public servant at City Hall since 1994 in Londrina, Paraná, and nowadays I am in Palmas since 2005. I love studying English. This platform is amazing way to do this. And I love playing volleyball. Playing volleyball and studying is two of my passions that I have in my life. And I think I started to study French, but oh my God, my brain was a mess because I just remember words in English, but study French is a challenge for me because my passion is English, and I try to bring French in my life, but it's so hard for me. But one day, who knows? One day, who knows? But I think that's it. Learning English is good for our brain, né? Então, so I try to do this.
Really nice words, and I'm really glad to have you here, Flavia. It's been a while since I saw you the last time here, and it's always good to have you here. You know, it's something that
Thank you.
you told us here about learning languages. Is if you that is watching this meeting are looking for some place to learn language, I think that TALK is the best place ever to be here. You know, Sarah and I and all of us, we started to learn languages here, you know, and since then I personally became addicted to be here in this platform, you know. And if you are looking for a place secure and enjoyable place to be, you know, where people will respect you, is gonna respect you, just come and enjoy this time with us, you know. And I want to know one thing from you guys. I'm gonna start the questions here. In your opinion, guys, what is the most difficult part of get used to do something? You know, personally, I believe that when you are willing to change something in your life, you know, change is really something really mysterious, you know, because you don't know what's going to happen, right? And it's something really challenging, you know, because you are putting yourself out of your comfort zone, you know. So every time that I need to change something in my life, in the same time that I want to, I think a lot, you know. And for me, sometimes to think a lot about something demands time, even to little things, you know. For example, I need to practice exercise because I'm not feeling so healthy, right? I'm not in a good shape, for instance. I think a lot how I can do it without, you know, change so much my daily routine. Do I need to wake up early, or I can do it after work, you know, for example? So I think that sometimes you just need to go for it and that's it. You know? But sometimes, depending on the situation, the size of the change, you know, you need to think more because it can impact your life in a way that you can be frustrated in the future if the things not going well, you know, because it's every change is a challenge and a choice, you know, and every choice has a result, right? So you need to think in certain situations where the impact is not so huge, and for my opinion, of course, in other situations, in other, you know, scenarios, you can just go for it. For example, do exercise. Of course, if you have some healthy issues, you need to go to the doctor first, and then, you know, you can, right, you can do whatever you want. But sometimes you don't need to think a lot because we can waste our time, and our time is precious, right? So I already talked too much. I gonna pass the word for Sarah. Sarah, tell us everything. What do you think about it? what is the most difficult part to get used to do something?
I feel like sometimes we are not ready, completely ready, and I don't think you can feel like it's 100% ideal moment for you to do something, So for me, getting used to change can be hard because sometimes I think way too much, and I'm trying to understand how I can make this work. For example, I wanted to get back to exercising, so I needed to think how I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I was trying to have a routine, like waking up so early in the morning, and it wasn't working for me because I didn't want to eat so early. So I decided that it was better to wake up early and do other things first because I could eat and then I could do my exercise in a better moment for me. That is like 9 a.m. So I wake up before that, do some things, and then I stop to exercise because if I have the time available, why not? I don't have to. I don't need to have the same routine as everybody, So yeah, I lost myself here, but long story short, I believe if you overthink, if you are looking for the perfect moment, it can be tricky, and you don't start. It's not gonna be comfortable, especially if it is something that you don't really want to do, but you have to, So it is important to keep your mind in the right place and do the things you need and try to find a way that works for you, because otherwise you're gonna do like for 5 days or less and then stop and then have to restart. So I think you should try to find something that fits your lifestyle, your family, and it is important to find this in your routine.
Really nice words, Sarah. Really nice words. And one thing that I want to add about, not about you talk about your pronunciation. I think that your pronunciation is better, you are saying the words in I don't know, it sounds so clear, really nice. I think that is about your pronunciation course, I think. Yeah, that you are giving here. Yeah, really nice. Thanks for sharing. And Flavia, can you tell us what is the most difficult part of change for you?
I think it is, like you said, is my comfort zone. And when I've been here, I've been since, oh my God, I am a public servant since all of my life. And I was accommodated with this function, and I was so, how can I say, I was in my comfort zone, and when I knew that my retirement was not that I thought, but in the other oh my God, the name is split off my I thought that my retirement would be in 2025 and 2025 and 2026. And when I know that my retirement is the other time, my God, I think it seems my grown or my food is not in me, and because this I need to change my mind. I need to change my way to see and my activity. And because this, I see that I need I need a career transition, and because this I started studying English, and it was a challenge for me because I tried to start English since when I was, I think, 20 or 19 years old, and so just now I started. Just 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I started studying English, but it was needs. I know something that I need to do because my retirement was and my retirement, that my payment is different than I thought. And for this, it was one of the things that I seek for my career transition. And change for me is not is a challenge, is a change. Change things for me is a challenge because I am I need to plan. I need to do something that is in my hand. And when these things get out of my hands, first of all, it's I feel this. I feel nervous, and I feel so sad when I think that something happened and these things doesn't happen or will not happen. And I make plan to deal with, and I make plan to change part the way I deal with this. And for me, it's a challenge, but it's good because I need to act. I know I need to act. I know I need to change my mind. I know I need to plan my life in the other way. But it's a part of life, and we need to change our minds and to change our plan when something happens that we don't expect it. I think that's it.
Really nice words, Flavia, you know. And you brought up something really good about when things are out of control, you know, that we get anxious and we get frustrated sometimes, you know. It's really a good point, I think, you know, because we need to, at least for me, we need to trust in the process, you know, believe in the process. I say this word because for some people don't have the patience to wait for the process happens to see the change, you know, come. So really good point about it. Thanks for sharing, Flavia. And Mr. Jefferson, that was everything. Open your heart, man.
I'll talk 1 hour from now. You get bored of me now.
No way, no way.
No way, no way, no way, no worries. I think the first thing I was listening Sarah and Flavia is to break old habits. So you must establish a new routine. It's very important. Sarah must go to the gym because she's very beautiful. I remember Sarah and Tina Turner. Maybe Sarah will become a Tina Turner. And never forget that Tina Turner work out a lot in the gym. You must think about it. And I try to do this, to establish new routine. What kind of routine that is good for me, for my health, for what I like to do. I just used to do things that I like to do. I don't like, why I must study Italy, for example. I studied Italy in the past, but why I use Italy for what? For nothing. So if you study English, if you study French, if you study Spanish, for me it's okay. because you have something useful for you, for your life. So this is the first thing, establish a new routine. And the other is to break away from old habits. I think this changes a lot. As Sarah said, I want to go to the gym, but I have so many things to do. I'm here with Instagram, it's so amazing, TikTok, Facebook, Telegram, and WhatsApp group. So sometimes you spend a lot of time just seeing social media and you forget to go to the gym or to walk. I can't imagine a guy like Sarah living in Bahia. It's so beautiful. I go to Bahia now in July. I will spend 9 days in Bahia. I love the beach from Bahia. And you must to wait this opportunity. So you must to think about this. And the other, to have patience and persistence. I think it's very important. As you said, you're getting used to something often. Takes time and repetition. It's not so easy to learn a new language. It's not so easy to learn a new tools like business intelligence, our language, Python, and so on. It's not so easy. So you take times and repetition all the time. Because if you can't do this, you get a bit frustrated. And frustrated, I think, is not so good. Sometimes I listen guys here from TNT say, I study too much, but I can learn something. I think the strategy, is not so good, something. And sometimes this is not so good, maybe frustrating for the guy for this. And you never think that results come quickly. There is no shortcuts in your life. As Bruno said, oh, Sarah, in 1 year you will speak French so well, quickly and well, etc., etc. No shortcuts. It's a patient and persistent, as I said. It's not so easy. You never must think that results can come quickly. It's impossible. It's a process. It's a long time. It's not so easy. So just to finish, in this way, you must to remain patient and persistent all the time, because the progress seems to be slow and not existent. You must to take care and be calm and persistent.
Really nice words, Mr. Jefferson. Really good tips as well. One thing that you told us about that I think it's really interesting is about persistence. Sometimes we start something, as Sarah said, and we want to give up because we do it, for example, for 5 days, and then we just want to give up. But if you really want to do something, or if you really want to achieve something, you need to persist, no matter what happened, because in our lives, everything changes all the time, and we will always be in a battle with ourselves, with our feelings and the things that we need to do daily, but we need to persist to achieve our goals. As for instance, to speak English as we are doing here, we needed to start it, and then we need to keep going, and then we are here. In my case, I know that I need to improve a lot, but at least so far so good. I'm able to communicate. So for me, everything that I did before pays off, you know. So that's what we need to do in everything in life, you know, because the time is past, and if we don't start what we want to do, we're gonna lose the opportunity to learn or to do something incredible, you know, for life. So it's really important to have persistence, to be persistent, you know, persistent in order to achieve your goals. And one thing that I want to to ask you, Mr. Jefferson, about I would like to know about your life. What was the change that was impactful for you, you know, remarkable for you, and how did you feel about it when it happened, you know?
It's my case to study. When I decided to do economics, then master degree and doctorate, I have goals, I have challenges in my life. I know what I must to arrive, what I must to achieve in my life. So I have a plan of my life. And I think the only plan for a guy like me in the old past is a poor guy to study, study. As I have read a very good book about Barack Obama. It's very interesting. And the guys used to go to class at 7 a.m. And Barack Obama's mothers used to say, you must study early. You must to begin to study at 5 a.m., 2 hours before. So you must make the difference. You must study 2 hours more than the others, because you're a black guy from here, and you must study more because your future is to go to the best university of United States. And I love to see this strategy of Barack Obama's mother. It's very interesting because he hasn't a father, only mother. It's very interesting. And I think the only way to study hard. So you must to do your best. I used to say, you must to know a language, but you study a lot the language. Try to do your best about your language. If it's okay one language, you must study the another language. But you must try to be at least with a very good level. And so you change to another. And I try to do the same with everything. When I go to to study Excel, for example, I must to study advanced Excel. And just the basic. Why I must to know the basic of Excel? It's not for me as a professional. At least intermediate and then high level.
Always looking for the top. Yeah, really nice words, Mr. Jefferson. Thanks for sharing. And Sarah, I want to ask you something about, you know, when we start to do something, we always have time to adapting ourselves to do that activity, you know. And we, at least in my case, I already heard about 21 days, you know, to get used to do something. Have you ever heard about it before? And do you believe that is it work for you?
Excellent question. I've heard about it. I believe it can be a way for you to get used to do something, you know. So that's what I did with the exercise. I tried to focus on first goal, that is to complete 21 days. And I believe it's because your brain starts to consider that as an important thing for you to do. So oh, she's doing that so much, it must be important, you know. That's how my brain works, I guess. I'm just trying to figure things out, you know. And I believe it could be good for reading and other activities, learning, doing some courses. can also work, like try to write something every day in English, or at least try to create a habit, So yeah, if you have this consistency, it can help you a lot to create a habit and become more aware of why is that so important, why that is so important to you.
Really nice. Yeah, really nice words. And the big question is to know about not the big question, but we need to know the big why. What is the big why for you, to do that thing? Yeah, it's really nice. Because sometimes even have when we don't have a clear image about what the things that we are doing is going to bring to us in the future, you need to believe that uh, what are you doing in that moment will bring something good, no matter if you don't have the clear image in the moment, you need to believe that somehow it will bring something good for you, and know you have to have in mind, the big why I'm doing it, why I'm willing to do it, because for me it's not make sense if you don't have the big why in your head, Yeah, really nice words, Sarah. Thank you for sharing. And what about you, Flavia? Have you heard about the 21 days, and have you ever applied it in your own life to do something?
I think I've never applied this in my life, but I heard this. I think I watched some video on TED Talks about this, and I think it was 21 days doing something strongly is starts to know or to see a change, to see changing in our life. Like if I I decided to I decide to go out to work out, and I did this in 20 days, 21 days is the beginning of the change, and this begins of to change your routine and to become oh my god, to become a habit. And I think it's for life, not just 21 days change your life. No, it's the beginning of changing life, changing the way that you do something in your life. And I think that's it. And like I forgot that you said, but I think that's it. I will remember.
Really nice, Flavia. Thanks for sharing. And Mr. Jefferson, I know that you are drinking your coffee because it's necessary, but I want to know from you about what are your plans for the future? I mean, do you want to make some change in order to achieve something in the future from now on, or
I'm changing all the time. I'm changing all the time. Every day I'm learning something new. I'm doing a course now about financial, and I need to study 9 classes, and I study until now 34, and it's very amazing. I love this challenge.
Yeah.
I'm studying in English and Portuguese at the same time. It's very nice for this. But I think the other, you must have mental health. It's very important in your life. My age, I'm 64. I'm going to get 65
Oh my God.
as soon as possible. But I try to have equilibrium. I think it's very important about your mental health. I try to do a lot of things. I don't like discomfort. I don't like. I try to overcome of by discomfort. I try to deal with setbacks. I don't like the old things. To like a lot of guys outsourcing of the time claim about this and that, why I didn't do this and that. I don't like this. So if I have something to do, I must do. And I'm very motivated about everything. My wife was told me she was sleeping and wait now. Well, Jefferson, you have so energy. Today is Saturday, you need to rest, but it's so nice to be talking in English with you.
You know, I think that we have some similarities, you know, because I do the same here at home. My wife used to wake up a little late compared to me, you know, because I wake up early every day. I wake up 5 a.m. you know, to do my stuff and then to work. And because I decided to do it for myself, you know, and I think that we have this as a similarities, you know. Yeah, I believe
Bruno,
do it. Yeah.
Bruno, I remember that was I would say. We have a book, like you said, start with why. It's from wrote for Simon Sinek. It's
Nice.
I think it's a good book to start.
Yeah.
Start with why.
Yeah, really nice. I love your comment
Simon
about it.
Sinek.
Yeah.
But you need to buy and to read, Bruno. I love this book. Yeah, it's so amazing. But you need to buy and to read. You need to buy now and to read and give us the answer the next meeting.
Next meeting.
Yeah, really? Why not?
No way. But you know, I like to read as well. I'm reading a book called How to Make Friends, you know, something like that. Yeah.
Dale
And-
Carnegie.
Yeah.
That's an old book. Yeah.
Yeah. I started to read this book, you know, and so far so good. And the problem with myself is when I start to read something, sometimes I just read until the middle of the book.
Sarah, what book are you reading to change now? What book are you reading, Sarah?
Not reading. I'm studying other things, doing courses, but not reading in a specific book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So guys, let me tell you something. I sent you some links, you know, and the first one is about our survey. So please go there, rate us, because it's really important to know about your opinion about the meeting, you know, and how was the conversation for you. The second one is about our YouTube channel. So if you want to watch the meeting again or just practice your listening, you can go there. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up, right? And the last one is about our site. So if you want to apply for another course, you know, if you want to learn something new, you can go there, you know. I think that TALK is a great opportunity to meet new people, make new friends, you know. And for my own experience, I highly recommend TALK. And for me, when someone new appears here, you know, it's a pleasure to receive all of you. So, and as I said before, it's a good environment, you know, a safe environment to be, you know. So don't waste your time. Just come and let's enjoy together this amazing platform, you know. And that's it, my friends. My friends, it was a pleasure, a huge pleasure to be here with you. I hope to see you in the next Saturday, and I'm working to bring always good topics to you because you deserve, guys. You are the best of the best. Okay.
The best, Tina Turn. I love Tina Turn. The best. It's like Sarah. Sarah's the best. Sarah is our
Sarah is-
teenager. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Sarah is
Thank
too
you
shy.
so much.
Bye bye.
Bye
You.
Have a
bye.
nice
Take
weekend.
care.
You too. Bye bye.